How habitable is Gliese 12b? Join this journey as we explore what we know and how big the possibility is. Scientists have discovered a new planet that could be able to support human life, according to a new study. The name of this new planet is Gliese 12b. Scientists said in the study that the planet is the nearest transiting mild Earth-sized planet found to date. NASA's international team discovered the planet because of the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, also known as TESS. Gliese 12b was found as it crossed or transited its red dwarf star, which can be seen as shadows that the TESS is adapted to seeing these dips in light. The planet is about 40 light-years away, in the constellation Pisces, and orbits a small red dwarf star called Gliese 12. Gliese 12b has the potential for human existence because of its mild temperature. The estimated temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit, or 10 degrees Celsius, warmer than here on Earth. According to the scientists, it's one of the few rocky planets they have encountered. As a planet that exists outside of our own solar system, it's called an exoplanet. This new exoplanet is estimated to be a bit smaller than Earth and shows other similarities to Earth as well as to Venus. When the project started, the team didn't know what size the planet would be or how long the orbital time would be, so when they found a planet so similar in size to Earth, it was a great surprise, and that it could lie between Earth and Venus in terms of habitability is really exciting. It could teach us a lot about our own solar system and how it developed. There are also some differences, and one big difference with Earth is that because of the close orbit around its star, a year on Gliese 12b only takes 12.8 Earth days. Also, it's believed that Gliese 12b receives about 1.6 times more energy from its star than our planet does from our Sun. However, its dwarf star is a lot colder and about 25% of the size than our Sun. Gliese 12b gets about 85% of the radiation that Venus gets and is thought to have a surface temperature of 107 degrees Fahrenheit, 42 degrees Celsius. Thomas Wilson, one of the study's authors, said, "Planets like Gliese 12b are very few and far between, so for us to be able to examine one this closely and learn about its atmosphere and temperature is very rare. While Earth has a pleasant temperature and can support life, Venus is 867 degrees Fahrenheit, 464 degrees Celsius, and because of its complete loss of water is not suited to support life, all because of the difference in atmosphere. However, both are located in the Sun's habitable zone. Studying Gliese 12b could give us more insight why this is the case. It's still unknown if its atmosphere is similar to Earth, or even if it has any. It has to be able to have water on the surface, which is essential for the planet to be habitable for humans. However, early indications show that Gliese 12b has an atmosphere that would be thin like ours, which would be good news for the prospect of being habitable. Bad news for habitability would be if it has no atmosphere or a very thick one. Larger planets have a very thick atmosphere that contains hydrogen covering the planet. But as Gliese 12b is the same size of Earth, this is less probable to be the case here. The red dwarf Gliese 12b orbits is relatively calm, which could be good news for the exoplanet's chance of possessing an atmosphere. Should it not have an atmosphere, it's still an important planet to research for advancing the search for new life in the Milky Way. Because we know relatively little about these planetary systems, yet a red dwarf is the most common star in our galaxy. Because Gliese 12b is in temperature right in between Earth and Venus, its atmosphere could teach us a lot about the habitability pathways planets take as they develop. As it is thought that the first atmospheres were stripped away from Earth and Venus and then replenished by bombardments of residual material and volcanic gases. About 60 to 70% of the stars in our galaxy are red dwarfs like Gliese 12. At least 20 out of the 30 stars closest to Earth are red dwarfs. they fuse hydrogen to helium in their cores. This process defines the lifetime of a star. When it comes to the possibility of Gliese 12b hosting life, scientists are extremely cautious. After all, we're still in the early days of both our understanding of this world and the methods that would be capable of detecting signs of life in an exoplanetary atmosphere, even one so relatively close as Gliese 12b. To investigate the planet further and define its characteristics, other instruments like the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, will have to be used because Gliese 12b transits the face of the red dwarf. The light that passes through the atmosphere carries the characteristic fingerprints of the elements in its atmosphere. There are only a handful of Earth-like planets that are close enough to be examined like this. Its process is called transmission spectroscopy. Currently, the JWST is conducting similar investigations for the 7 other Earth-like planets of the TRAPPIST-1 system, which is also located around 40 light-years away. Gliese 12b resembles these planets. Their star is also a red dwarf, and many of them in the habitable zone of their star. Another instrument that is already actively in use is the radial velocity telescope in the Northern Hemisphere. There is a second telescope in the Southern Hemisphere, and the proposal to use it was accepted and will be in use very soon. These telescopes calculate the mass of the planet. It's called radial velocity method, which uses the tiny sways of the planet in the movement of their stars because they gravitationally pull on those stars. With these studies being done, they hope to collect more information and learn from the planet, so similar to Earth. Join this interesting journey through space as we uncover more about the universe. If you want to know more about our own sun, click on the video here. Like and subscribe to never miss a new exploration of the vast corners of space.